Howdy there, Victoria. This is Joel Novosad with Explore Victoria, Texas, coming to you today with a brand new episode of Explore Your Victoria. That's our series where we show folks right here in Victoria how they can get out and explore the incredible community that we have. You can tell that I'm dressed a little bit differently today from some of our previous episodes, and that's because we're going to be asking you to cowboy up out here at Grace Ranch, Victoria. Very excited about today's episode. We're here with owners Sandy and Bill Sciba.
Hi.
Hi, thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
So, Grace Ranch is located just a few minutes north of Victoria on US 77, sitting on about 150 acres. As you can see behind us, they have got a lot of horses out here, different animals, goats, different activities. So, Sandy, Bill, can y'all tell us a little bit more about Grace Ranch and what y'all do out here?
Well, it's a long story that started when we first moved out to this place about 23 years ago when people started wanting to get a riding lesson, and I'd never done that. And it's now grown into, we have 50 to 55 students all the time, and we do 2 summer camps, and we have a group of about 8 kids going to compete this weekend in Cuero. And we can do anything for you, from just taking a relaxing ride to learning how to really ride for pleasure or learning how to compete. If you want to learn it, we can teach you. As long as it's Western riding, we don't teach English riding here.
And so you mentioned riding. We can do the arena. There's trail rides too, right? Out on the ranch. And I was right. You'll have about 150 acres out here, huh?
And 1,200 we can ride on.
1,200 acres you can ride on. Wow. Okay, so that's a lot of territory to explore out here.
Yeah.
How many horses do y'all have out here?
We have about 42. It moves constantly from around 35 to 50, depending on borders and different things.
Okay.
But we have probably, I think right now, 42 horses here, and I think 32 of them are ours.
Okay, great. So what kind of opportunities are out here? Camps, summer camps, spring break? How does that work?
We have a summer camp and a Christmas camp.
Okay.
And 2 summer camps and a Christmas camp. And a schedule at our summer camp and our Christmas camp actually is you arrive. When you get here, you're assigned a horse. It's an overnight camp. The first day you go out and meet the horse that you're assigned. And then from there, we start early afternoon our first day, or right before lunch. And then we just kind of get to know our horse and get to know our way around the place the first day. And then starting the next morning, we get up, we have breakfast. We have a lady who comes from Oklahoma who is actually from the Netherlands who cooks for us.
Wow.
And she's come back here forever. She used to live here. Her kids grew up riding here, and now they're all in college or gone out of college. But she still comes back every year to cook for us. So we go to the barn, we get on our horses, we ride every morning, come in for lunch. After lunch, we'll have a swim time, a crafts time, a team building time that teaches you. It's an educational course on learning to cooperate with people and with your horse. And then we ride again in the afternoon. Everybody rotates through the swim time and the craft time. If it's Christmas time, we work on Christmas gifts during the swim time for our parents. Then at the end of the day, we play capture the flag. We have a dance. We have a cookout. We do something different every day.
So a lot of fun.
Of the day.
A lot of fun for kids in that camp. Do you
Yeah.
have to have any experience to
No.
come out here to ride a horse?
No.
Okay, so there's a lot of people in Victoria who really want to do something like that. Have
Yeah.
that Western experience, riding experience. So it's cool to know that they can come out here without any at all
Yes.
and get on a horse.
Yes. We have first-time riders out here regularly. And we also have riders who've ridden for a long time and are wanting to improve and learn to compete and things like that.
Great. And another thing I saw that was pretty cool is y'all have party ponies. Y'all get out in the community and have activities for kids, right?
We do. People can ask for us to come to a birthday party, and we will come, and we'll just tell us what you need, and we work around that. We also, this weekend, will be working a special event at the Children's Museum. We'll have goats and ponies there and a donkey for the kids to pet. We'll be downtown for a special event downtown later on this month. So we'll go anywhere.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, you know, y'all go anywhere, but I definitely recommend people coming out here
Yes.
to get the full experience
for
out
sure.
here at Grace
Yes,
Ranch,
yes.
Victoria. Okay. Well, thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Bill.
Sure.
Looking forward to having some more fun out here. So I think we're ready to hit the barn, go check out some of the horses, and maybe myself get up on a saddle and see what I've got out there in the arena. So thank you all again, and look forward to having a good time out here today.
Okay, looking forward to it too.
All right. All right, Bill, so who do we got here? Who's this big guy?
Well, this is Blue, and he's one of our horses that we've had here for a while. He actually came to us from the O'Connor Ranch. We got 3 horses that were the last horses that they had at the ranch, and we still use them all the time. They're 3 of our best horses. And he's pretty exceptional. We have a little girl that competes in Special Olympics, the Equestrian Special Olympics on him. And she started riding him when she was about 8 or 9 years old, and she's 21 now.
Wow.
So she's been on him for a while, and it's really interesting because he seems like a little bit of a deadhead, but he's also a roping horse.
Yeah.
And one of the interesting things is that when we do camps, he's always in my group of horses because I teach the ropers. And you know, we have kids that they'll learn patterns on him and they think that he's just not impossible to make him go. And it's always funny watching them back him into a box, because I always warn them. I says, now look, this is a different deal. He is going to come out after that calf. And it's not unusual to see him screaming all the way down the roping alley chasing the calf, because he's right on the calf's tail.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. So he's a great horse.
Well, I'm about to get on him here in a minute, but can you tell me a little bit more about the parts of the saddle before I do that?
Well, this is known as the saddle horn, and that's what people use as a handle, but it's really for tying stuff to. And this is the mantle, which the tree is inside the saddle. It's a wooden thing that the saddle's built around. And then these are the stirrup leathers, stirrups. This is how you adjust the stirrups. It's called a bail. You can slide it and get the stirrups to different lengths. This is the skirt of the saddle. Some skirts are rounded, some are square like this. And then this is just the saddle pad. This is a felt saddle pad. Most of our saddle pads were won by kids at rodeos. So you can see that this is from 2014,
It's got something on
Texas
there, yeah.
Junior High Rodeo Association. So 14, that was probably Miley, one of my granddaughters, won that. And then this is the girth that tightens the saddle on, holds the saddle in place. And this is the strap, the cinch that you tighten it up with. On the other side of it, there's a similar strap. It can either be the same strap or it's just a straight strap that's called the off strap. It's just because it's on the off side of the saddle. That's about it. Huh?
I'm ready to take Blue for a spin, I think.
All right, well, let's get a bridle on him. Yeah, this bridle's kind of interesting. We use a lot of these. This is called the Martha Josie $1 Million bit. And a lot of people, she says it's because she won $1 million using this bit. She's a famous barrel racer, has won the national title in professional barrel racing, I think in 4 different decades, at least 3, but I think it's 4. But anyway, it's a Martha Josie $1 Million bit, and most people say that it's because she made $1 million selling this bit. We started using them when we started going to her clinics 20-something years ago, and you know, we use a lot of these bits.
Well, Sandy, we've been having a really great time out here at the ranch today, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about the goals of the ranch and some of the amazing things y'all do out here. I know y'all work with some special needs groups. There's some goals for expanding that in the future. So kind of tell me what y'all are doing out here right now and what y'all are maybe thinking about for the future.
Well, one thing that we're working on right now is we have had several special needs kids come through the program. Some of them are at-risk kids, some of them are special needs, just different things. And several of them have stayed through the years and have been with us for 10 or 12 years. And we have some of those kids working for us now, and they're doing a really good job. In fact, one of them I actually got a compliment on from a dad last night, what a good job he was doing, and he didn't even realize that he had some special needs, which was really cool because it says he's found his niche. And so I'm really happy about that. And then we also have some kids that ride with us. We have a little girl we're going to work with Tuesday who's Downs, and she has some real issues with getting on a horse, but her parents feel like, and we feel like too, that when we get her on a horse, it's going to make a really big difference. And so we're hoping to get something going with her. She's coming in from out of town.
Yeah, just being with horses is just such an incredible benefit for people, from whether you're special needs or anything, just stress and relaxation. I tell you, I felt amazing when just riding that horse around the arena a couple of times.
It's amazing what it does for you. We also have at-risk kids, and the thing that I'd like the community to know is at-risk kids oftentimes, or adults, have problems with anger control, and horses just change that, because you cannot be angry and ride a horse. You have to deal with your anger, and then you feel the wonder of it all working. And we have several at-risk kids who ride out here too, that it just, they're working on anger and other problems that they deal with because of life circumstances. So anyway, those are the things we're working on.
Well, it's wonderful what y'all are doing out here, and we really appreciate it. It's such a benefit for the community.
Well, thank you for coming out, and we love it, and we appreciate all your support.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to go try some roping with Bill here in just a second.
Okay.
And have a little more fun.
Okay, so what you do is that you swing, and it's just like throwing a baseball. And when you throw, you point your finger right there to you aim not for the head, but for the shoulders right here. Okay, so swing it and throw. Not bad. Okay, look, what you did is you just put your hand down out here, right? Follow through. It's just like throwing a baseball. It'll go right where here. So when you do it, you have to keep the kinks out. So you have to kind of roll it as you go. Okay, give one more loop out. Get that kink out. Okay. Now, look, watch me. When you're swinging, every time you come around, your finger should point right where your target is. Okay. And then when you release, it's just a release of right there. Point, 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 throw. Oh, not bad. See? What happens is, what happens is if you drop your elbow and throw, the rope goes to the right. Okay? If you keep your elbow up and you just throw, just like a baseball. If you drop your elbow when you throw a baseball, it doesn't go where you want, right? Same thing. Move a little closer. Don't be afraid to be a little closer. They're right there. There you go. Now swing. Throw it to that point. Point every time. There you look. Perfect. That's it. You got it.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in for another great episode of Explore Your Victoria. I want to say thank you to Bill and Sandy for having us out here today. Thank you so much,
you're
Bill.
Certainly welcome. Certainly welcome.
Yeah,
glad that you made it out.
I had a wonderful time. I really encourage anyone to come out here, have a lesson, have a birthday party at camp. It's a wonderful time. It's a great experience. So this is Joel Novosad signing off and reminding you to explore your Victoria.
Wait a minute. We've got some work to do still.
Oh, okay.
It has to be cleaned up before you can go. You can't just leave a mess.